Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's Itaki Shibuki cookery, I don't know what to call it, I actually brought in my mom's electric lunchbox. Now, I mentioned when I first brought in my Itaki Shibuki that my brother had got me this one, and then he had actually got my mom that blue one there, which is a lunchbox. And the fundamental difference between them is this one you cook directly in the pot. This one is a steamer. Now, you guys know I have issues because I'm filming with one hand, so I'll try to do this as best as I can. You can see that they're very similar in size from the outside, but on the inside, the way this works is as a steamer. So it does come with these two bowls, or actually I already have my rice in that one, and it has this one there. You can also steam eggs, whether it's a soft egg or hard boiled or whatever, that's up to you. It comes with this, and I'll show you in just a second what this is. That little stick right there. Now it feels very flimsy. Again, if I could work this with both hands, it might be a little better. Oh, okay, that's a little better. But that would actually go on the bottom there, but because my rice is there, I can't really show you. But it comes with this. It comes with this little rice scooper right here, probably the tiniest little rice scoop I've ever seen. And then it also comes with a lid. And the lid is for transportation purpose only. This is not to be used in the steamer. Okay, so just like at home, I've got some major space issues. So let me get that stuff out of the way because I don't need it. What I plan on making for lunch today is rice and steamed eggs. I had also wanted to make pot stickers, steaming them, and I put them in the freezer at home and then forgot to bring them to work. So we're just gonna have eggs and rice for lunch today. The rice does take longer from what I've read. So like I said, I've got 2 of these cups right here. And I am going to shut this off because I can't open the water bottle, and I'll be right back. So from what I've seen online, you do rice in a 1-to-1 ratio, at least in this thing. So I had 2 cups of this, and so I have 2 cups of water that I put in there. And then I'm going to put 2 cups of water into the reservoir here. So that's 1. And I'll need to get some more water. Well, actually, no, it is 1 3/4. If I need to add some more, I can. And I'm gonna put this here, and I'm going to put the cover. I will show you how I'll do the eggs in a little bit because they're gonna cook in different times. So this will cook for about 15 minutes. I'll have to watch the clock, and then I will come back and I'll show you how I do the eggs, and then I will put that right on top like this. But I'll show you that in a little while. So you put this on and it snaps in place. Well, it will when I can free up my other hand, and then you turn on the button. And the way that this one works that is different from what I've seen some others is this one, when the water in the reservoir ends, when it all has been used, then this will automatically shut off. If you get some other electric lunchboxes, then it just stays on until you turn it off. So I'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. All right, guys, so it's been 15 minutes. And as this is a learning curve, what I would recommend is if you do get one of these or something similar, again, I just lifted this because I can only do this one hand, but also make sure these are down when it's cooking, because it was up this whole time and the steam is coming out this way. It's actually kind of hot. Manageable, but hot. And so as you can see, the rice is down there. It looks actually pretty good so far. This is the layer that I'm going to put right here. And I did have some butter, so I just put butter on the bottom just to make it non-stick. In the cup here, I have 2 eggs and some water, and then from home I brought some chopped up carrot, green onion, and there's some Spam in here. I transported the eggs in this thing right here. There were 4, now there's 2. This is the Spam that I plan on having for lunch tomorrow. And then this is the butter that I had in the fridge, but I might as well just keep it all in here together. They did transport really nicely in here, so none of the eggs cracked. If you are interested, the bag back there is actually where I keep recyclable bags. If I need to go to other departments and I have a lot to carry, that's where I keep all of that. No, it doesn't mean anything, but I wanted to share that with you guys. It does still sound like there's water and it's still cooking, so I'm just gonna pour this right in here. Should take about another 15 minutes to cook, I think. I'll check it in 15 minutes anyway, and then when I do, I'll bring you guys back. Okay guys, this has taken a lot longer than I thought. In hindsight, and because it was my first time, it makes sense. I should have added the eggs the same time I added the rice. 20 minutes in, 40 minutes in for this, or maybe it was 30 minutes. Anyway, I cooked this for 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, I checked the eggs and they were absolutely raw. The rice was cooked. So I took the rice out. I used that egg steamer thing I had showed you, the thing that was attached to this, to make a little pedestal, and then I put the eggs on top of that. And then they cooked for another 10 minutes, and that seemed to do the job. So if I make this again, and I think I will, it'll really just depend on the taste, then I will definitely cook them all at the same time. I just assumed the eggs would cook a lot quicker than they did, as opposed to how long the rice would cook. I also thought that this would be 2 servings worth of rice, and it might be, but yeah. Yeah, so I am going to shut this off. Oh, and another thing, I had to add more water. So before I either take this home or before the end of the day, I'm going to drain the water out. I don't know if it's good to have water sitting in there overnight or for long periods of time, so I'm just going to dump it. But that 1 3/4 worth of water wasn't enough to cook the rice and also the egg for the duration that I had it. Again, hindsight being what it is, I'll need to test this again, but I'm going to have lunch, and then when I'm done with lunch, I will bring you guys back for my thoughts. Hey guys, lunch for today, Monday, October 26th, is some rice and steamed egg that I made in my Itaki Lunchbox. If you're interested in that video, it'll be posted by the time this goes up. I did add a slice of American cheese, you know, the kind in a plastic wrapper, as well as some ketchup and sriracha in the cutest little tiny bottles I've ever seen. This is about half of the rice that I cooked. I will see how this gets me through, and if it's enough, then I'll just save that rice for tomorrow. So yeah. Oh, and for breakfast, I just had coffee as per usual. I do have some grapes for later if I get hungry. I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, so done with lunch, and I have to say that was quite delicious. Now, I've never actually had a steamed egg before, and so the texture was really nice, and I think the water is added to make it a little bit fluffier. I don't know, I was kind of basing it off of things I've seen from some Korean and Japanese vloggers that I watch. I didn't eat all of the rice that I had taken out for myself. That is the leftover rice there. Not gonna lie, I'm just gonna put that in there, and that'll be part of tomorrow's lunch. And overall, it's a learning curve, and so I just assumed things would cook faster than they did. So that's on me. I don't have a recipe book that I'm working off of. I binge watched a ton of videos this past weekend, but they're not using the same thing. They're just using an electric cooker, but it doesn't have that auto turn off feature, and I don't know about the sizes, and a lot of them were in either Chinese or Korean with no subtitles, so I just kind of had to watch what was going on. So now that I know when I make this again, and I definitely will make this again, like I said, I will cook them at the same time. And I added the carrots in. I'm not a huge fan of carrots. I don't mind them, but I added them in because I've seen people add them in. I would not add them in again. They did not cook as much as I would have liked them to. There was still a little bit of a texture, and it wasn't really the texture thing. It's just I thought they would sort of get mushy and I couldn't taste them. Like I said, not a huge fan of carrots, but I definitely would add in the green onions. Honestly, I could not taste the Spam. I did add some ketchup and sriracha to it, which was very beneficial, only because I didn't add any salt or pepper, and so there was no seasoning. I just assumed the Spam would add the saltiness, and it really didn't. Like I said, I couldn't even taste the Spam, but then that could be because there was cheese and sriracha and ketchup. As for the little device, it will take several times for me to figure out what to, or the timing of things, just so that I know going forward how long stuff is going to take. It's a little hard for me today and possibly tomorrow because I cover someone else's lunch, so I can't be in my office, and then I have lunch, and then Mondays, immediately after my lunch, I go into appointment mode, and so I don't have a lot of wiggle room to cook things. So I really would prefer to have my meal ready for me. Today that wasn't the case. I actually had about 7 minutes remaining of my lunch break in order to eat before my appointment schedule started. And so it was a little stressful because I just thought things would cook a lot faster than they did. I will put the cover on this once everything has cooled down and store that in the fridge here in the office. And then this one I'll take home and wash. You guys know I have issues with washing dishes here just because of issues. Tomorrow, we're going to do something with that leftover rice and the eggs and the Spam. Whether I remember to bring the dumplings in is another matter, but we'll see. We'll figure things out as we go along. I'd love to know what you guys thought of today's recipe, and as always, aloha.